Dutch East India Trading Company used to be the biggest company in the world. For Amsterdam and for the Netherlands, this company was very, very, very important.
To better understand this company, let's go into a bit of history. In the 14th century, a collection of independent provinces are taken over by first the French Burgundian Empire and then second the Spanish Habsburg Empire, and given the name the Netherlands. 200 years later, in 1581, 7 mainly Protestant provinces in the north, led by William of Orange, declare independence from the Spanish Habsburgs, thereby forming the Dutch Republic, in what today is the Netherlands. Whilst the 10 remaining Catholic provinces in the south would go on to become Belgium and Luxembourg. It is soon after the formation of the Dutch Republic that the Netherlands' most celebrated period occurs, spanning the 17th century. This period is known as the Dutch Golden Age. With Calvinism replacing Catholicism as the state religion, this new republic's religious tolerance, freedom of thought and egalitarianism would attract and foster Europe's intellectuals. Science saw the invention of the pendulum clock that produced accurate timekeeping, whilst the invention of the microscope and telescope allowed humans to see deeper and further than ever before. Philosophy, driven by Descartes, Spinoza and Locke, moved away from the Renaissance mindset based on faith into an age of enlightenment and reason. Whilst art, as painted by Rembrandt, Vermeer and Hals, focused on everyday secular subjects, it was in this young liberal society that saw entrepreneurial merchants enter the spice trade against the established English and Portuguese. Now, the Dutch East India Company, known in Dutch as the Vereenigde Oost-indische Compagnie, which is easy for them to say, was formed in 1602 and was crucially supported by the Dutch government, who gave the v.o.c. monopoly rights, financial backing and state-like powers such as the right to wage war with its own private army, strike its own coins and establish its own colonies. In short, the Dutch East India Company was basically its own country. With this corporate structure, the v.o.c. maximised opportunity on its trade network, which in itself was carefully designed as it relied on the exchange of cargo several times within Asia before returning to Amsterdam to sell tea, coffee, sugar, textiles and its most profitable product, spices. For 200 years, having greatly advanced globalisation, capitalism and seafaring, which includes impressively mapping Australia and New Zealand, whilst less impressively exploiting Asian and African slavery, by 1800, European war and Asian politics had led to the demise of the Dutch East India Company, with its colonial territories later becoming the country of Indonesia. Thought of as the world's first transnational company and the first company to be listed on an official stock exchange, the Dutch East India Company is generally considered the richest and most influential company in world history.